Sports Bar.
Ericsson, Garnacho hasn't stopped. Garnacho has scored in stoppage time, and Manchester United have nicked it.
For updates in the world of football.
Sterling for Liverpool. He's seen Henderson face to face with Fernandinho. Henderson! Oh wow! Lift the Anfield roof. Company's error, yes!
Formula One.
Near him, because down the inside now comes Carlos Sainz on Lewis Hamilton. Sainz just squeezes Hamilton, who goes over the rumble strip.
Cycling. Boxing. Basketball and lots more. Listen to us live on Sport Rush, Mondays to Fridays, 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv Radio. For more inquiries, please call 0806 242 9799. Sport Rush, your everyday dose of sports.
To SPORTVILLE this morning on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. I am YAZID TAOHEED.
Good morning to you all from this side. I am YEKINI ANUOLUWAPO.
Okay, Tammy Abraham's Chelsea transfer exits admission could help Mason Mount make Liverpool decision. Mason Mount must decide whether to sign a new contract at Chelsea or pursue a move to a new club with Liverpool, Arsenal and Bayern Munich, all interested in signing the midfielder. Mount and Chelsea recently reopened talks over extending his stay, but there is no indication anything has changed if it gets to the summer and nothing is resolved between the two parties. Blues will demand a fee in the region of £70 million for the midfielder's services. Atletico Madrid stands on Joao Felix transfer exit revealed as Chelsea hesitates over £87 million fee. Chelsea signed Joao Felix from Atletico on a 6-month loan deal in January transfer window, and the Blues are hoping to keep him at the Stamford Bridge next season. Atletico Madrid are open to allowing Joao Felix to leave on loan for the 2023-2024 campaign, while Chelsea are interested in keeping the Portuguese forward at Stamford Bridge next season, but are hesitant to meet Atletico's £87 million valuation for a permanent deal. Mauricio Pochettino has different Chelsea contract stance to Todd Bowley amid Mason Mount. Mauricio Pochettino could be announced as the new boss this week, and his first task will be a key one. Chelsea are set to continue their state of mass change for the coming months as players and coaches come and go, leading up to the end of the season and heading into the summer. Since this time last year, there have been 4 separate manager moves, 17 new incoming players, and 19 sales or loans.
Nigerian news: Flying Eagles U20 World Cup. Flying Eagles take on Colombia in friendly game. Flying Eagles of Nigeria will trade tackles with Colombia U20 national team on Tuesday, 6th May in preparation ahead of the 2023 FIFA World Cup group opener against Dominican Republic. Meanwhile, the 2015 African champions will locked on with a local football club in Argentina before next Tuesday international friendly games against Colombia. He added, "We want to play a local team here in Argentina before Colombia match, but I don't know the team yet." Now to Golden Eaglets. 2023 U17 AFCON. Burkina Faso can't stop Golden Eaglets, said Dosu. Former Super Eagles goalkeeper Dosu Joseph says he is optimistic the Golden Eaglets has what it takes to overcome Burkina Faso at the ongoing 2023 U17 African Cup of Nations. Recalls that the two teams will clash in the quarterfinals of the competition for a place in the semi-final. Atlanta Olympic gold medalist stated that Burkina Faso can't stop Golden Eagles' quest of reaching the semi-finals. "I expect a very tough game, but I don't see Burkina Faso stopping the Golden Eagles in quarterfinals of the competition. Yes, they will be a bit physical against our boys going by the way they played against Cameroon. However, I believe Uganda would have watched their video clips and know their weaknesses."
Okay, Mikel Arteta has already hinted at Granit Xhaka transfer decision with tough Arsenal claim. The Gunners face a hectic summer transfer window at the end of the season ahead of the return to the Champions League. Arsenal's list of potential transfer targets has continued to grow in the latter stages of the season. The Gunners will spend the majority of the summer at work in bolstering Mikel Arteta's squad, but there will also be exits too. Now to Real Madrid. Pep Guardiola preparing for final in second leg of Manchester City Champions League semi versus Real Madrid. Pep Guardiola has called the second leg of Manchester City Champions League tie with Real Madrid a final after drawing first leg 1-1 at the Bernabeu. Vinicius Jr. gave Los Blancos a first half lead in Madrid, despite City dominating the ball in the first half and looking the more threatening side. The visitors' equalizer was similarly against the run of play with Kevin De Bruyne, scoring with a classy outside of the fourth strike after Real's best spell of the game.
Still on Golden Eaglets, Burkina Faso can't stop Golden Eaglets, says Ugadi. Nigerian U17 boys Golden Eaglets have not come as far as the quarter-finals of the African U17 Cup of Nations to be jumped out of the competition without any World Cup ticket, says head coach Nduka Ubadi. The Golden Eaglets and the official arrived in Algiers, the capital city of Algeria, on Monday, 3 days ahead of their quarter-final clash with Burkina Faso young Italians at the Nelson Mandela Stadium. We had an interesting match with South Africa, and it has prepared us well for further challenges in the competition. We learned a lot playing Zambia, Morocco, and South Africa, all strong teams, in the group phase, and that was good for us to be a better squad. The quarter-final matches will be very hard not to crack because that is the step that earns you the World Cup ticket. None of the 4 games will be easy. Our interest is Burkina Faso, and we are working hard toward achieving success. Now to Flying Eagles. Flying Eagles commenced training in Buenos Aires. Head coach Isaiah Landon-Boso and his assistants on Monday evening drilled Nigerian U20 boys. Flying Eagles in their first training season since arriving the Argentina capital, Buenos Aires, on Sunday. The season, which took place at the team's towards Howard Johnson Hotel and resort, lasted for 19 minutes and concentrated on recovery after the long trip from Nigeria to the South American nation through Turkey. The team had another training season on Tuesday as focus gradually shifts to a friendly match against the U20 team of Colombia, which has been scheduled for the Tristan Suarez Stadium in Buenos Aires on Tuesday, 6th May at 4 p.m. Argentina time, 8 p.m. in Nigerian time. Bozo and Walls will fly from Buenos Aires to Mendoza, venue of Nigerian Falls 2 matches against the Dominican Republic and Italy on Wednesday, 17th of May.
Okay, Erling Haaland's dad, Alfie Inch, is escorted out of a corporate box at Real Madrid. Erling Haaland's dad was seen being escorted out of a corporate box after allegedly clashing with Real Madrid fans during their semi-final with Manchester City. TAOHEED was in attendance to watch an Ellen-led Manchester City attack at the Santiago Bernabeu against the reigning European champions. Footage on social media showed the Norwegian reacting to Real Madrid fans from the corporate box, with the home fans chanting adios to the 50-year-old. Rio Ferdinand cannot contain his excitement over Vinicius Junior Thunderbolts. Rio Ferdinand could not hide his excitement for Vinicius Junior as the Brazilian opened his scoring in Real Madrid Champions League clash with Manchester City. The 22-year-old Thunderbolt from the edge of the City's box just after half-hour mark leads up the semi-final tie after a cagey first 30 minutes between the two sides.
Manchester United. Man United are ready to splash out £53 million on Napoli defender Kim Min-jae this summer, despite the South Korean star having £40 million release clause, with the Red Devils hoping to blow their rival out of the river. The 23-year-old arrived from Fenerbahce in the summer and lifted the Scudetto in his first season in Italy. Kim is said to have a £40 million clause in his contract as Napoli that can be triggered by foreign teams this summer. The report claims that the Red Devils are looking to blow any rival suitors out of the water by tabling a bid that exceeds the release term in Kim's deal by offering £53 million. Rio Ferdinand has stressed that Manchester United have to be realistic. Ferdinand said United never expect to challenge for the title this season. According to Ferdinand, if United recruits well, they can be pushed on. Rio Ferdinand said Manchester United can be disappointed with not challenging for the title. Former United defender Ferdinand has backed Ten Hag's side to push on further next season if they recruit well this summer.
Okay, Gabriel Martinelli fires sharp demand after Arsenal win at Newcastle United. Arsenal news has Gabriel Martinelli react to the 2-0 win at Newcastle United at the Premier League title race, alive with Pep Guardiola's Man City a point and a place ahead of the Gunners. The Gunners saw a Newcastle penalty overturned just 8 minutes in, and Eddie outside also hit the woodwork twice in a frantic game at St James Park. Arsenal opened the scoring in the first half thanks to Martin Odegaard before a Fabian Schär own goal sealed all 3 points for Mikel Arteta's men. Okay, let's take a short break from here. When we get back on the break, we discuss the match that came on yesterday and also the matches coming up today. Thank you. Welcome back to SPORTVILLE on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio, as we have our main analysts amidst us.
Good morning to our viewers and listeners out there. I am Ibrahim Onigbinde from Al-IyamoyeTv and radio.
Okay, let's quickly discuss on the match that came on yesterday. Very, very tough match in the semi-final. Pep Guardiola against Carlo Ancelotti. Real Madrid against Manchester City yesterday, where Vinicius netted the first goal in the first half, 36 minutes, and Kevin De Bruyne scored an outside wonderful goal in the second half at the 67th minute, which sealed the game to a draw 1-1 yesterday. And Pep Guardiola finally said after the match that the second leg is just like a final match to them. It's just like a final of a competition to them, because it's going to be a tough match at the Etihad Stadium next week. Okay, let's just take some discussions on how the match went yesterday.
Thank you, Yazid. The match against Real Madrid and Manchester City yesterday, if you look at the first half, Manchester City dominated the possession yesterday. They played well, but the chances they didn't utilize the chances. I was so surprised to see Anthony Rudiger had just been frustrating Haaland yesterday. He was just moving the way Haaland was moving. Rudiger was moving with him.
He was caged.
He choked Haaland for him not to even do anything. The chances which I can only said Haaland saw was the one he headed, which Courtois caught. I had to just take on. So Manchester City yesterday, they played well. From that, if they can just play like the way they played yesterday, they played the same way at Etihad, and it will be difficult for Real Madrid to defeat Manchester City at Etihad Stadium. Looking at the Bernabeu yesterday, Manchester City dominated the field. They dominated everywhere. They played well. The likes of bringing away the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of Bernardo Silva. Look at how the players played. Look at Benzema yesterday as well. I was so surprised to see Benzema playing the way he played yesterday. I ought to Benzema to have played more than the way he did yesterday. Look at Rodrigo. The formations which Madrid used yesterday was the formation which they have been using, which they used to defeat Chelsea. They used in defeating Barcelona. So they believe using that against Manchester City as well will give them a good chance of winning. But fortunately yesterday, Manchester City, and it's not only Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, that is where you will know a good coach. He is very sensitive. You know, from like 2 or 3 matches now, if you look at the team yesterday, Eden Militao was not used yesterday for Real Madrid because of he has a very yellow card against, which he has to miss the match against Manchester City. Look at the formations for Manchester City yesterday as well. Look at what happened. Pep Guardiola brings in. Look at Rodrigo. The guy performed yesterday, which I was so surprised to see all those players playing that kind of match yesterday. So looking at the second leg against the two teams, I will see it as it will be a big task for Real Madrid to defeat Manchester City at Etihad. It will be very difficult for them. But I ought to say, I only say they have to just play it well so that the best team will move to the final.
Who do you think is moving to
Manchester
the final?
City is moving to the final.
Are you also going by Manchester City?
I'll support him today.
Okay, Manchester City is moving to the final, said by them. Why I solely believe Real Madrid, Al Madrid is moving to the final, and even winning.
Real Madrid has had the lot of Real Champions League.
That doesn't stop them.
I just want Manchester City to just have a one. Like, okay, this is Pep Guardiola. Since he moved to Manchester City, he has been working towards that. Let me just have this. Let me give this to Manchester City.
There was even an interview with Pep Guardiola saying, your team has been winning all trophies, but except Champions League. Why? And he said, since Real Madrid is there.
You know,
Real Madrid is like a terror
to every team, not just only to Manchester City or to Pep Guardiola, to every team in the Champions League.
Okay, let's move to this Champions League match. AC Milan against Inter Milan. Just like
Serie A.
It was like a normal Serie A match today.
But the match won't be just normal Serie A.
Because
This is Champions League.
Okay, so what's your take on the match? Milan, AC Milan, Inter Milan at the San Siro today.
I believe Inter Milan should defeat AC Milan.
Okay, believes Inter Milan.
And I will support AC Milan.
Milan defeating.
I will support AC Milan because I want AC Milan to win. I want Manchester City to play
against
AC Milan. The likes of Rafael Leao, Theo Hernandez, Giroud, and all those players. Just want them to be in the final. You know, it's been a long time which AC Milan has been there. Even to Inter Milan as well. But tonight, I want AC Milan to defeat Inter Milan.
Okay. AC Milan to defeat Inter Milan. Why you believe Inter Milan to defeat AC Milan? But for me, first leg draw between AC Milan and Inter Milan tonight. Okay, time is fast spent. Time is not by our side. Come to the end of SPORTVILLE today on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, and share all our posts on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all other social medias. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell for more programs like this. And I still remain YAZID TAOHEED.
And I still remain YEKINI ANUOLUWAPO.
Thank you for watching, for listening to Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. And I still remain Ibrahim Onigbinde, which says a good
Goodbye.
bye.